And we're back now. Start into this HEL performance oil cooler. Let's get the hell out of the way. Let's start getting this shit.
12 seconds later.
All right, guys, this is the final installment of the 3-part series we got here for the FL5. We're gonna do the HEL oil cooler install. Again, if you have not tuned in to the other 2 videos, make sure you tune in. Hope you're not as bored as this guy is. Make sure you tune in to the videos. Also, in between some of these videos, we've been dropping our Japan vlogs. So make sure that you also tune into that. Keep up to date. Again, we got content firing off from all angles here at the garage. We're gonna go ahead and button everything up with the oil cooler from HEL. It's pronounced HEL, H-E-L, not HEL. But Lewis just opened up the packaging here. Gonna show us a little impromptu unboxing of what this kit comes with. Again, HEL is one of the only manufacturers so far that has come out with an oil cooler specifically for the FL5. Hit up Lewis or hit up the Group and Garage website, which I'll list down here below. That way we can source it for you, because there are some differences with it, with a European and a US model. And if you need more info, go ahead, slide into the Edge Masters DMs here, and he will give you some information. Yeah, hardware is included.
All the little brackets you need, all the additional fittings. You know, so definitely read the instructions before you start.
And what I liked about this kit is there's no fabrication. Everything is a direct bolt-on, plug and play. The only thing that I have my doubts on right now is that this kit is designed around stock charge pipes. We're gonna see once we install it. That's why we're leaving it to last in the install process, because since, again, been keeping up with the series, you're seeing that we went ahead and upgraded the charge pipes to the FL5. Now these hoses run right by that charge pipe. We're gonna see if there's enough clearance, and we'll give you guys the heads up on that, whether you should order it or not for your FL5.
This is the oil cooler it comes with. It's made by Seatrab. How do you say that?
Setrab.
Setrab.
That's who HEL uses as their cores. And again, if you're watching this and this is video 3 of the series and you have not ordered your radiator, those are going fast, I'm telling you. Same thing here with the charge pipes. If you don't want to wait, these are on back order. Make sure that you place an order with us now. And then now Morris is gonna go ahead and remove all these clips to take this off, because we'll be needing to take this off when we install the oil cooler. Again, we're doing more than you have to because of the process of these 3 installs that we're doing here. Just keep that in mind. Otherwise, if you were just doing the radiator, you would not need to do what we're doing here. And if you were doing the charge pipes and the intercooler, you still wouldn't need to do that. This step is here crucial for the oil cooler. All right, boys, we pick up here with the oil cooler, and we're looking at HEL's instructions. They want you to remove the entire crash beam. Don't quote me now, but I think we don't have to. Lewis is
I'm not about to do that.
just jumping out of order here. There are some slight modifications that you're gonna have to do when installing the bracket. Number 1 is you're gonna have to drill into this guy here. Number 2, you're gonna have to take off the intercooler that we just put back on. We're gonna have to take that off. And that's because once you drill holes in here, you're gonna have to access it from the bottom to put some nuts to tie everything down. Then, as we see Morris over there in the corner, he's modifying this bracket here that goes to the intercooler. He's modifying it, and that's so when we run the lines through here, and this is a tight fit, when we run these lines, they're gonna come in this direction. One is gonna slide over this charge pipe, and the other one is gonna slither its way into that hole there, which is going to be wrapping its way really close to the belts here, you want to make sure that you give the ample clearance, because the last thing you're going to need is to you know, cut a line or anything of that nature. Again, we're not following any of the instructions, boys. We're winging it. Well,
you've done one oil clear, bro. You've done them all, bro.
Is that right?
Greddy, Surimoto, HEL now. What's the other one then? Fucking MAP. Another Greddy.
That covers it. We still have the other Greddy too, by the way. Reference check. We still have the FK8 Greddy oil cooler, which
is going to be transformed into a trans cooler.
we just
which low key, I think we can fit it right there, bro.
Right here, huh?
Yeah. That or right under here. The small one. The transfer doesn't need that one.
Yeah, that one's gonna be another day, another video. That one's gonna be for sure a full-on custom fab work, because nobody's come out with a kit for that. And even those that have, keep it real close to the vest. Nobody's really talked about a transmission cooler. But back to the program. The guys are putting together the bracket, which is pretty easy. It comes with all the supplied hardware and little rubber grommets and whatnot. Morris already went ahead and fabbed up the bracket, which is right there. You're not gonna be able to really tell too much because he spray painted it, if I'm not mistaken. Still avoiding rust and whatnot. But yeah, you have to kind of cut it down a little bit so the hoses can go through. Alright guys, also heads up, you are going to need to remove this plastic piece from this side, and that's just the inevitable. That's so we can run the oil lines through there. Here's that bracket Morris went ahead and installed for us. Again, the oil line is going to run through this part and run out and in back there. The other one will probably just drape itself on top, but that's why you have to cut and modify that. Give us an update. We're getting there.
Yeah, the instructions said to take off the top, and from what we can tell, you don't need to take the fucking crash beam off.
But what about the hoses?
Shortest one to the left, longest one to the right. And that's basically it.
Okay, so just for reference, because we're looking at it from the back side of the oil cooler, this is the long line and this is the short one.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna go short one first, long one last, if you're going this route, just like how we said, left to right. And that's so we can get the clearances in and you don't have extra hose.
Extra hose, eh?
And again, these instructions tell you how to do it HEL's way. We're doing it our way, just because we feel that there's some unnecessary steps in the process. Now, again, HEL, if you're ever watching this video, nothing wrong with your instructions, but there are just a couple of things that I don't think are necessary for the US version.
He's doing this, and all I did was
I
this.
went in like this. I went in like this.
Hey.
Hurry the fuck up, hurry up.
It's because you have one thin right arm and one really buff left
You're
arm.
stupid as fuck. I hate you.
So literally, and we saw that on camera. Yeah, like I was saying, this is not too hard of an install. Again, having all the correct parts and having everything that you need to actually do the job. To these guys, it was pretty simple. To someone like me, again, I probably would have figured it out, but it would have taken me more time. Again, low key, I would have probably opted to take the crash beam off like the instructions said, and then afterwards probably would have realized I didn't need to do it.
Yeah, I looked at this and I was like, why do you guys take the crash beam?
Yeah, and so far I honestly don't know why you need to remove the crash beam.
Beats me.
The only thing that I could have thought of was taking off that bracket, but you can reach the bracket easily. Morris reached it with it on, so I don't know. I really don't know why. Maybe it's, again, for comfort to when you're putting those
Yeah, but it's just
bolts
such a
back
waste
in.
of time.
Yeah,
bro.
I don't know.
It's such a waste of time.
Again, HEL,
I mean, maybe the European one's different. I don't know. You know, maybe they have a different type of bumper where it's like interfering with something. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
The US one is like...
Yeah, that one was super easy. Now the next next part that we're gonna do is we're gonna route the hose lines. We did straight 90 degrees or straight, horizontal. We ran the lines straight in line with the oil cooler. That way it's not interfering, it's not touching, it's just working pretty evenly. All right, another spot check here. We finally were able to get this taken care of, although we're not done. We haven't buttoned everything up yet. This clamp here, and we need to install the last clamp where you see that bolt missing. That's just to hold the oil lines. But it is a little bit of a pain in the rear to get everything. The tolerances are really, really tiny. Up here, I think the only thing that I would give you guys of advice is play with the actual location. You can slide this left to right. All right, you see how there's a couple millimeters right there? That, when you move it left and right, will give you some more play when you're actually installing this. All these brackets give you the necessary play to be able to adjust it down there. All right, we're also gonna try out the Spoon Sports oil filter on this run. Hopefully we can hold this oil filter for more than 200 miles. We end up usually switching them out real quick after a track day, so hopefully we can actually get some life out of this guy. And right now when Lewis is done, I'm going to have him just show you real quick how the sandwich plate went on and how it all goes configured down there.
All right, so we got the sandwich plate, we got the spoon filter, and then this is how the hoses are gonna be lining up. It is pretty difficult, but Morris was able to tighten them all up. So now we're just finishing up the oil change, and then we also did the trans while we're down here, so it should be done in the next 5 minutes.
We just went ahead, finished up putting oil in the car. We went with 6 full quarts so far. We're about to fire up the car, let it run for a second. We're gonna check the oil again because we need to now compensate for the oil cooler taking more oil into the car. We also went ahead and did the transmission flush on it, got some new alien blood put in it, courtesy of Torco. All right, like I was saying, once we went ahead and got the oil lines installed, there was a little bit of fine tuning and finagling there. It is a little bit of a pain in the rear. The guys upgraded the install on the oil cooler from a 5 to a 7. And that's just because the oil line placement is a little tight. Again, like I showed you guys a second ago, you do need to play with the tolerances and clearances, especially when it comes to the fitment of the oil cooler here. It does allow you to move it left to right. I would say push it all the way closest to your left if you're staring at the car. That way you get enough clearance to run them and connect them, because we did have a slight issue with fitting on the longer hose. Is that right?
Yeah, a little bit.
We are next gonna go ahead and bleed the system, because yeah, we still have to do that too, and make sure that we not only have enough coolant in the car, but we have enough oil in the car. Again, because we've done so much today, we want to make sure that everything's good. Whoa, look, Morris is free pouring it for Jimmy Oaks. Everybody holds their breath as he does it. All right, guys, that sums everything up. Thanks again for following along on this little build series. Again, just to recap, we did the radiator, we did the PRL charge pipes, and we did the HEL oil cooler. We're all set. We're gonna go ahead and test these things out next at the track. Hopefully we get some feedback on it. Lewis, any thoughts besides not blowing the head gasket or having any massive oil leaks?
See you January 26th.
Wow, look at him. He's got a lot of... Yeah. Anywho, that's our next track date. We're going to hope we make it out there, get everything going. And again, we appreciate you guys for watching. From myself, from the trusty Japanese labor assistant, and the 3 county 4 state edge champion,
I'm gonna
Lewis.
be 3 county and 4 state.